$1 billion or more, as the case may be, for Wizards of the Coast's revenue last quarter, quarter 4 of 2022. It's really funny because in a video earlier this week, or might have been late last week, I misspoke and said they made $1 billion last year, and I had to go back and put an editor's note in saying they didn't quite make that. And I even joked, soon to be, I bet, $1 billion. And here we are, less than a week later. What can I say? I'm a fucking prophet. This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com. If you're looking to pick up singles or sealed product, get 5% off your next order by using the code KENOBI at checkout. And of course, don't forget Ultra Pro bringing you all this beautiful content too. This month they are spotlighting, they are highlighting hot pink as their preferred color. As you can see, these are gorgeous. Wizards of the Coast have released their quarter 4 2021 figures, and they're insane. Wizards of the Coast exceeded a $1 billion in revenue, successfully doubling its revenue 2 years ahead of target. There was originally a 5-year plan with Wizards of the Coast to double their revenue. They still got all these though. They did it in 2 years with 3 years to spare. That's pretty crazy. It's evident that they have had some changes in their marketing strategy, from Secret Lairs, IP crossovers with Street Fighter, which hasn't come out yet, Stranger Things, Walking Dead, Fortnite soon as well. All these things have been different to their previous approaches, and it seems to have worked. From what they're doing on Arena, which I think is relatively greedy, to the cross-promotion with other products that I don't mind as much, even though I think the Fortnite one is cringe, what they're doing is working. To go from a 5-year plan to doing it in 2 is genuinely impressive. And their corporate overlords should be giving them bonuses, profit shares, share options or something. I hope every Wizards employee that is successfully doing the thing, they should be getting something out of this, right? In addition, the company continues to invest in developing future digital gaming and development of new Wizards IP. Based on these investments for the future and the sequence of game releases, these costs had a more pronounced impact in the 4th quarter of 2021. I don't know which quarter these things fit into, really. Don't forget this was the year that Magic Legends imploded and died because it fucking sucked. And Baldur's Gate 3 was successful, but I think that was much, much earlier. And then we had Deadly Alliance as well, which came out, floundered, got bad reviews, and now has an active users of like 18 people on Steam at any one time. Also, a really interesting point when I was looking up whether Dark Alliance was the failure that I seem to remember it being, was that only 4%, that's 4% of its physical sales were to Xbox users. Which is really interesting, right? Like, literally 96% was spread across PS4 and PS5. And then Steam's completely digital, and 4% of the physical sales was Xbox. Because of Xbox Game Pass, it was on Game Pass. No one was buying physical copies of Dark Alliance for Xbox. It's not really relevant here, I just found that really interesting. I guess Game Pass is a game changer, am I right? But it's interesting that they mentioned that the cost factored into the quarter 2021. Some of their losses were probably to do with the floundering digital games. Of course, Arena is probably their most profitable digital game across the Hasbro brand and into Wizards. Reddit user C Dogums pulled out some information from the presentation, the call that I cannot be fucked to sit through. One bit that I think was quite interesting is that tabletop gaming and digital gaming revenue accounted for 74% and 26% of total revenue respectively. That's 74 for tabletop and 26 for digital. Their observation there means there's no worry about paper MTG dying out this year. And that's a really interesting point, is that all these figures do show that physical tabletop sales of cards is making them shit tons of fucking money. And whilst that's good to say that physical Magic is not going to die because it makes them so much money, it does point to some trends, right? Like, they have focused primarily on the casual, they've gutted organized play, and they've moved to cosmetic enhancements and changes for Commander and designing for Commander predominantly, and it's been incredibly successful, which means they probably have less incentive to care about organized play and 1v1 Magic in the future. Further to that, we've got quality assurance issues, right? Foils are still warping, as people will always tell me in the comments of any video where I don't mention it. We had a Commander product just revealed, one of the Kamigawa Neon Dynasty decks. I think it's the Gruul one, pretty sure it's the Gruul one. Has 2 of the same non-basic land in it, making it not legal for Commander. That's a quality assurance issue, a quality control issue. No one's checking this shit. And then a bit of a further step on from that, they're about to launch a white precon deck, which I believe it's for historic or standard. I think it's standard actually. Either way, it's the one with Faceless Havens in it, where they're fucking banned in their respective format. It's interesting because that would point to the idea that they're trying to respect and like keep 1v1 Magic alive, but then they haven't got the forethought to not print stuff with banned cards in it. I don't think it's that much of a drama. I don't think any of these things are like things we should hold Wizards to the fires over in the coals and be like, how dare you print 2 of the same non-basic land in a commander deck? But it all does add up. Every small instance of this adds up to an idea that actually, quality assurance, forward planning, quality control, none of that shit matters, because they're going to make money hand over fist as we, the consumer, and the whales probably predominantly, buy every fucking secret lair they shovel into our open mouths. And that can account for the digital side of things too. Even if they are 74% paper sales, if they are making this much fucking money, the company made 1.28 billion. That's 1,286.6 million as this rather confusing fucking image they put out. Why would you say 1.286? Why would you say 1,286.6 million instead of the billion? Is that confusing to anyone else? Am I just nitpicking here? I think that's really fucking confusing. They're making that much money, 42% more than they made last quarter. That's saying they're doing something right, or at least right by the idea that making as much money as humanly possible is correct. And that's damning for Arena too, right? If they're making shit tons of money, maybe 74% of it is in the physical and 26% of it is the digital, but they're still making shit tons of money from digital, even if it is only a quarter of their profits. So there's people like myself who are like, why don't you fix the economy? And I'm putting the word economy in fucking speech marks here, because it's not really an economy. Money doesn't go in and out of it. It's just a sinkhole for consumers' money, if anything. But why don't they fix that if they're making so much fucking money? The numbers are what are important to them. That's the thing they're checking every day when they think whether they're going to make an Arena stream announcement or whatever. I don't think the quality of the user experience matters if the money keeps rolling in. That sounds all very doom and gloom, so I wanted to talk a little bit about how this isn't all negative, right? Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, it has some detractors for the aesthetic and the approach of going like pseudo sci-fi, although I believe there's demonstrable evidence of that being part of Magic's identity in the past with walkers and interplanar spaceships and robots and all sorts of shit, but some people don't like it. But on the whole, the reaction has been positive. From an aesthetic perspective, from the gameplay perspective so far, although we've yet to really play with the cards, so I'm sure some of them are probably quite broken. The power level seems quite pushed. But on the whole, the point I'm getting at is the new set seems pretty good. So there are people at Wizards of the Coast who care about the game and want to make a good game. It's very easy for me to sit here and say, well, look at the quality assurance and look at the economy of Arena and, oh no, capitalism pushes them to do the worst possible thing. Because it kind of does a lot of the time. But there are evidently people wanting to design good shit there. There are people that care about the quality of the game and the worlds in which they're building. I really hope, with the fact that Magic is doing so well, that perhaps they can, I don't know, believe in their own IP a little bit more. Maybe we'll get a Netflix show and it won't just disappear into vaporware style. Maybe we'll get crossovers into other games where they promote Magic. Maybe we'll get good novels, good TV shows, good cartoons, good video games even, that makes the Magic IP feel less like the distant relative that no one cares about to the other fantasy IPs like Warhammer, who slap it everywhere and everyone laps it up. If you're making this much money, you've got to have some confidence in not only your product, but your intellectual property too. And I'd like to see them prove that by making good other crossovers and good movement into other mediums that isn't just the card game. On the whole, I want to see Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro by extension, unfortunately, succeed, because I fucking love this game. So it's good news, really. It's good news to see them make so much ludicrous amounts of money, and that's it, really. I mean, it's good news even if, like I've said, there are problems with how it promotes them to keep doing some of the things we don't like. But it means the game is healthy. And by healthy, I mean it's going to live. It's not necessarily doing what you want. Like, Magic isn't quite what Magic was 5 years ago. Organised play is completely fucked right now, for example. Yeah, it's a weird one. It's good to see him doing well. It's good to see the game doing well. And I hope that money gets funneled and reinvested back in to see Magic reclaim some of its former glories. Or maybe make a second run at the whole esports dream, but not in a way that's short-sighted or dumb, using the shitty Arena client, for example. I'll leave you with this final comment that the Reddit user pulled out of the call. It was Rich Stoddart, the interim Hasbro CEO. The consistent growth of Magic is a testament to the long-term durability of our strategy, led by doubling down on collectability, expanding the Magic product suite to maximize relevance across consumer segments, and giving players exciting and compelling worlds to participate in. He reads that as, buckle up, the secret lair thing is successful, we're going to see more, and I can't disagree. There's going to be so many fucking secret layers this year. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Is this good news, bad news? Do you think it just promotes them to keep doing the same old shit? I would love to see what you think. I've been Vince. There'll be more Magic content later in the week. I'll see you soon. Ta for now.